everyone, it's Sharana from Pay or Waits, and today I'm going to be reviewing the series premiere of All American. And so I'm sorry if I talk kind of fast because I have a feeling, the hurricane is like hitting Georgia right now, and I feel as though like my power gonna go out. I didn't even think I was gonna make it through the last couple of minutes of the episode because it started doing the little glitching thing because of DirecTV. It just ain't right, y'all. It just ain't right. So the beginning of the episode, we're introduced to Spencer James. He is an all-star football player in high school, and so he's playing in Crenshaw High, and basically he changes the plans. So we already know that he just do what he want to do when he feel like doing it. So he changes the plans to the play. The game's tied up. Everything's on the line. He changed the play up. Thank goodness that he scores a touchdown and they win the game. But before he could celebrate, shots fired, shots go off, and then he looks over and he sees the dead body. And so as he's basically watching this body be put into the ambulance, we're introduced to Taye Diggs' character, Billy Baker, who says that he's a coach from Beverly Hills High and that he's been where he has been before, that he can help him get into the NFL and get a better education at the same time. And so Billy basically declines, and we see that he's talking to his friend Coop. And basically she's telling him like, yo, your mom's gonna basically like lose it when she finds out what you turned down. And so we see that Coop is basically looking at some chicks, and Spencer was like, hey, stop it, that Shine's girls. And she was like, I don't care. And so we see that later Shine confronts Coop about what she did, and then Spencer steps in to try to save her from getting hit by Shine, and he was like, what, so you hitting females now? And then she called her a she-male or a she-man, something. I was just like, why? I just don't understand. But they get into a fight. He come home and he think that his mama talking about the fight, but she was like, no, I'm talking about Coach Blanks here. Is his name Blanks? It's Baker. Sorry, I keep thinking Billy Blanks. It's late, y'all. I'm just tired. I'm tired and I'm sleep deprived. So basically, he tells his mom about like the opportunity presented to him, and she was like, I know why you don't want to do this, because we find out that his dad kind of walked out on him, and he was a football player. And so basically she says, you don't want to do this because you don't want to fall into the same footsteps as your father, but you're different than him. And so basically he ends up agreeing to go to Beverly Hills High. And I thought that it was interesting that as he's taking this long bus ride from Crenshaw to Beverly Hills, how we see that he passes the mural that says forgiveness. And then also too, the other murals are showing fathers with their children, playing with them, being in their lives. So I thought it was kind of interesting how they did that after the whole revelation about his dad. And so we see that he arrives, and he basically tells them, actually, before I get into that, I'm sorry, y'all, let me go back real quick, because his little brother Dylan was too cute, and Dylan was talking about something called Saga, and my friends have been talking about that, and I guess I need to go ahead and read it, because if they talking about it in the TV shows, I need to just go ahead and figure out what all this hype is about. Sorry, I had to just like talk on that for a little moment just because Dylan was so cute. So basically he goes and he meets up with Coach Baker, and basically tells him like, hey, I pulled some strings to get you in. One fight, you're out, so make sure that you're on good behavior. And so we see that he kind of goes to class, and we see that everyone's pulling out laptops and iPads, and he doesn't have that. His mom can't afford that. He's a single parent. She's trying to make ends meet for the both of him and his brother. And so we see that we're introduced to Olivia Baker, which is Billy Baker's daughter, and basically she takes him under her wing. She like looking like she kind of feeling him like that, and she's kind of giving him the lay of the land. And then that's when he see Layla, the other little cutie black girl, and Olivia looking like, so you want her? And basically he looking like, yeah, I want her. And so he gets introduced to everyone. He kind of has a run-in with, what is this little kid name? Because he got on my damn Asher. His name is Asher because he was rude. He's talking about, oh, so Crips or Bloods. I said, excuse me, sir? Crips or Bloods? What are you talking about? So Spencer gets offended, as he should have been. He's like, oh, I want to see a little Crip walk. And I was like, sir, why you thought that was okay? Why did you think that was okay? Because it wasn't okay. And so then, Spencer kind of excuses himself, like, I wanted to do it, y'all. Later goes and talks to him, like, hey, he's really not that bad once you get to know him. And I'm like, girl, why you defending him? Like, but then we find out they together. But I'm still like, how are y'all together? Because he's totally, like, just disrespectful on all levels, and especially with you being a black woman and you with this white boy. And he's sitting up here asking this black dude, is he a Crip or a Blood? I was just like, Layla, I'm trying to level with you, see where you're coming from, but I just don't understand it. Basically, we see that Shine actually, so Spencer is venting to Coop after like how his first day went. And so while that's all happening, Shine comes up and basically tries to start some trouble. But before stuff can pop out, the cops come and it basically breaks everything off. And so we see the next day that Jordan comes to pick up, Spencer, because his dad has to talk with him like, hey, can you really take him under his wing? He's like, why are you doing all of this? He's like, because he comes from the same neighborhood I did. I had similar experiences to him, and so I really want you to help him. And so he picks him up in his little fancy red Mustang. And so Spencer's like, yo, what you doing? Like, you got on the red hat, you like a little walking blood advertisement. And then, Jordan looking shook, trying to take the stuff off, and then he's like, I'm just playing with you. And I was like, why are you so evil? And so we see that they go to school, and they don't go to school. So he takes him to his house. They live in this big house. He tells him like, your daddy can afford all of this. He was like, no, my mom's an attorney. And so, you know what, y'all, we just gonna go ahead and dress it, because I know people probably gonna have something to say, because Tay Diggs' wife is white on this show, but it shouldn't matter, y'all. But I already know what y'all thinking, especially about all that controversy. But I'm just gonna go ahead and say it, because I was thinking it too. I ain't even gonna lie to y'all, saying like, thinking like, but it's not okay. It's a TV show. It shouldn't matter. I get it. Okay, I'm done with my little rant. So we see that she's like, hey, do you like gazpacho? And then he was like, I mean, if it's food, it's free. Like, I'll eat it. And she's like, okay, I'm making it tonight. And I said, girl, how you making gazpacho when your maid is basically prepping everything? I think she making it. I don't think you making it. I think she just following your recipe. But I was kind of confused by that. So we see that him and Layla, they all at the pool. Layla's supposed to be booed up, laying up with her little boo Asher, but she looking at him. And Spencer looking at her. And then she goes over to talk to him, and you know what, they just not having it. They not having it at all. And so basically Jordan and Asher are going to conspire to like get him kicked off the team. So in the midst of all of that, the reason why Jordan is upset is because he overhears his dad talking, basically saying like, hey, do you think I would bring him over here if anybody had potential on her team? I was like, dang, that's kind of cold blooded. Like, he's saying your son ain't got potential. And so Jordan hears this, and so that's why he all amped up like, let's get rid of him. So we see that Olivia and him are having a little sushi date that they said, and then Layla comes and invites him to this party that she's having. And this is right after Olivia like basically spilled her heart out, basically saying how she had to go to rehab and stuff, and then you gonna let Layla come and interrupt the conversation. I was just like, Spencer, why? She's a better catch. Why are you so caught up on Layla? So we see that they go to the party. This is all a little plot. Basically, Layla invited Spencer to the party because Asher and Jordan told her to, so they can get him drunk before practice. So basically, he can mess up, because his dad had all the boosters coming, all the people to try to like give more money, because we know that Billy Baker's job is on the line if they don't have a good season. And so when Spencer realizes what happened, they almost get into a fight, and then he breaks it up, and they're just like, they just so shady. I was just like, I just don't understand. But then Jordan tells his dad like why he did what he did, that he overheard what he was saying. And so that's just like a whole nother thing. So in the midst of all of this, basically he says like, I quit, I'm done with this. But Billy kind of tries to convince him to stay around. So they end up having a little game, and they win the game, y'all. So they've actually won their first game with him on the team. And he has to talk like, hey, this is why I changed your position. It's like, you're the only person who can see these things. Like, I believe in you. I'm going to help you. But then this little Layla tramp, she come. I'm sorry for calling her tramp, y'all. I said I was going to stop doing that. But Layla come like, hey, because like he was talking to Olivia, but Olivia's about to come talk to him. But then Layla popped up. And I was like, why were you so like forgiving? Because she was like, oh, I'm sorry, Ashton told me to invite you. I didn't know they were gonna do all of that. And I'm just like, why are you so forgiving of Layla? But I guess it's whatever. I guess you just gonna keep going for her instead of going for the one right in front of you. But we later find out that there's a problem, that someone's contesting that Spencer cannot play because he does not actually live in Beverly Hills. So they come up with this whole plan to have him actually come and live with Billy Baker and his family, so he can be a Beverly Hills resident during the week and go home on the weekends to his mother. And so she basically agrees to this. He moves in, blah, blah, blah. But the gotcha, y'all, the gotcha at the end of the episode. So we see Billy go to Spencer's mom's house, and he was like, yo, we got to go ahead and tell him the truth. And I was like, What you mean the truth? So Billy is basically his daddy that walked out on him. I don't know how this gonna work, y'all, but I am madly confused, but madly excited. Very interesting. I love me a good little plot twist at the end of the episode. So I'm feeling this first episode. I'm willing to give this a couple more tries, watch a couple more episodes, and see where this goes. I'm excited. So those are my thoughts on All American episode 1, the pilot episode. And so my name is Shriner from Pay Your Weight, and if you like what you saw today, make sure you hit the like button, hit subscribe, share this video with your friends, and I will see you soon.